Hey guys, this is Feeder and welcome to Game 2 of this Consolation Final Best of 3 series between Team Dignitas and Fnatic.eu in the Defense 3 tournament. Looks like picks and bans are starting, so I will get right in there. But the first game, I have to say, was absolutely incredible. It was amazing, it was exciting, it was very good Dota. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch that before you watch this one. And that way, now that I've said that, I can feel free to spoil the result of the last game if I want to as this game goes on. So I won't just come out and say it right now, but seriously, if you haven't watched that, go watch it first, and then come back here if you'd like to. But yeah, it was a great game. I'm so excited about this one. Alright, bans. We have 4 bans already. Darkseer and Magnus banning out nasty teamfight heroes. Fnatic and Team Dignitas is going for Lifestealer and Kodal. Kodal OP combined with Phantom Lancer practically, and Lifestealer just a hero all in his own tier at this point, with the Rage able to shut down so many of the amazing abilities that are made use of in pro play that I think they just don't want to deal with that. And he was banned out in the last game, first round as well. Pickups happening very quickly. Wisp picked first by Fnatic, and that is a hero that's been getting banned along with Neeks, so seeing them get picked up right away along with Batrider as well. So Wisp, Neeks, and Batrider, really the other heroes that we usually see as first round bans, getting picked up ASAP now that they're in the pool. Wisp Chaos Knight going to be played here by Fnatic, and that should be good. A lot of stun, map control, huge amping up of the Chaos Knight attack speed with the Wisp overcharge. It could be very ugly. And Neeks Assassin, of course, great ganker. He will love to find someone like Wisp, but on the other hand, Wisp probably never going to be far from Chaos Knight's side. So you might have some trouble with that. And Batrider, going to be quite useful in teamfights, probably going to have a great time in the mid up against whoever Fnatic ends up putting there. But he does drop off in relevance towards the end of the game, so we'll see if he can make himself known in the first half or so. Lone Druid, again, he was played last game by Fnatic though. Trixie was playing the Lone Druid last time. Dignitas gonna take over and try that for themselves. Not sure if they will play him as a carry. He was definitely played on the carry-ish side by Fnatic, although not as the main carry, so he can really be filling a number of roles, and we'll see what that is. Bounty Hunter for Fnatic, going to be great for gold support. Scouting. That scouting is a bigger deal with a Wisp in play, able to port the carry down on top of someone's head, and that track gold from Bounty Hunter giving extra to anyone who's in the area when the death happens. Very nice combination there. And Bounty Hunter, okay against Neeks. Neeks does not generally use Vendetta as an escape or as a thing to hang around when he's already been seen somewhere. He will use it as his way in to sneak up. So track not that great against Neeks, but great for general money for his team. And a whole nother round of bans has happened while I was talking about that. They are picking and banning quickly right now. So Fnatic getting rid of Tiny, Gyrocopter, and Shadow Demon. Gyro and Shadow Demon both showing up to very nice effect in the last game. And Gyrocopter, even with a Divine Rapier, not able to make things happen last time, but Fnatic certainly doesn't want to see that coming in against their Chaos Knight, so banning him out as a carry possibility for Dignitas. Ancient Apparition, Tinker, and Visage getting banned by Dignitas. A lot of support, a lot of push. Ancient Apparition got some weird abilities, I would say. His ultimate extremely useful from far away, so a little bit of global, but not so sure how I feel about that. And Visage, of course, has great team fight, which can do a lot of damage and nasty things to heroes like Wisp and Bounty Hunter, so pretty sure that's where that's coming from. But I have to say the Wisp Chaos Knight combination is great for killing things, and it sucks for pushing down towers. Actually, so does Bounty Hunter. So Fnatic really needs to pick up some push with their second round of picks, or they just need to kill so many things that no one can stop them from knocking down the towers when they get around to it. And Lone Druid, quite good actually at pushing towers. Even Batrider, able to clear creep waves quite easily with his Firefly ability, and of course the sticky napalm stacks don't hurt either. But possibly I think Fnatic really needs to pick up something to allow them to hit those creep waves a little faster, get those towers down, and make sure that they have more control of the map, more places for Wisp and Chaos Knight to get in there and get kills, without towers nearby for Dignitas to run to safety. And I am wondering, by the way, if we're going to see the Lone Druid as the main carry for Dignitas or not. He certainly could, but often it's very nice to run him in the off lane, and he can get plenty of farm and build up quite scary and make that bear very terrifying, but also leave room for another carry, a main carry, to farm and do well in the safe lane. So it could go either way. Windrunner off lane for Fnatic, she does have some pushing ability, able to clear creep waves with the power shot, and of course hit towers pretty hard with focus fire. And her escape and stun are nothing to be sneered at. That escape going to help her stay survivable in an off lane, and the stun is going to be very, very useful in team fights. Lots of stun, by the way, between Chaos Knight, Wisp, and Windrunner. Fnatic should be able to shut Dignitas down if they can get the jump on them. Of course, Batrider's Lasso and Neeks has quite a bit of stuns as well, so there will be some disable coming very heavily from both sides. Might be a question of who gets it off first. So going to be a bit of a twitchy game, a lot of skill required to make these team fights go the right way for either team. So, well, at this point I think I'm going to spoil the last game. So Fnatic was able to just barely, and it got down to basically a base race with the Divine Rapier Gyrocopter of Dignitas in their base trying desperately to push those mid towers, but Fnatic was able to get the mega creeps up, and it was too much for Leshrac, Tide's Dota on Leshrac, to keep those creeps from knocking down the Ancient, and eventually they were also able to wipe out Gyrocopter in their base, who was trying as hard as he could to push but just couldn't quite get it done. Speaking of push, picked up a Chen on Dignitas, hero that is so misplayed in the pub games at my level, and I'm sure quite a few levels above me as well. Chen has an amazing heal, Hand of God global, heals everybody. He can pick up to 4 creeps. That's a lot of creeps. Or is it, I'm sorry, 3. Is it because I've seen him with Helm of the Dominator? Maybe. But he can have max units 3 with his Holy Persuasion, and just push towers. Insane push on the towers if he gets the right creeps. And of course they're very good for early ganking as well. And then random damage and a slow and bonus damage on a particular enemy unit make him a fantastic early game ganker. Later he'll transition to push and support, but in the early game I think we could see quite a bit coming out from Dignitas with Chen, a Batrider, and a Neeks Assassin. They should be able to make things happen. Lycan, picked up by Fnatic, is the last pick. Got a lot of tank there between Chaos Knight and Lycan, and I have no idea what role this guy is going to play on this team. Maybe a jungler with Bounty Hunter in the mid, or Windrunner in the mid and maybe Bounty Hunter off lane. I think that's more likely. But Storm Spirit gonna come for Team Dignitas. That could be fun. That could be really fun. He jumps in and out of fights all the time, which is super exciting to watch, and does tons of magic damage and a bit of disable as well. Actually, his Electric Vortex kind of reminds me of Batrider's Lasso, so they should be able to disable quite a few heroes if they get the jump on Fnatic. We'll see. There is going to be a lot of who is getting the first good stun off, determining, I think, which way these fights go. And that should be very exciting. Chen, too, will pick up some disabling creeps, I'm sure. And then, of course, the bear has Entangle. So I think we're just going to see a little party of people either not able to move, not able to cast, not able to do anything because they're stunned. It should be good. It should be a great game. I have really high hopes for this one, especially based on the last one I just saw. Alright, so on the Radiant we have Fnatic. Fly is going to be on the Windrunner era, playing Chaos Knight and No-Tail on Wisp. H4N1 on the Bounty Hunter, and still sitting in the base we have Trixie, who will be playing Lycanthrope. Carrying their items is this lovely blue Weirmelon, and it is very cute. Alright, Dire side, Dignitas. Universe going to the top lane with that Batrider. Not sure what he's doing up there. Maybe he will hang out up there. That would be interesting. Touch My Body is on Chen now, a lot less funny than it was on Neeks. I kind of thought that was very appropriate. Actually, Tides is going to take over the Neeks for this game. So they are switching it up. Maybe he got bored. Maybe he's just a super good Chen. Esni King, the king, is going to be on Storm Spirit. He looks quite regal in his ugly little outfit there. It's like a bathrobe, isn't it? I think someone needs to make a cool set for him so he doesn't have to walk around in his bathrobe. And finally, Aoi is on the Lone Druid. Aoi traditionally playing the carry, so I think we will see a hard carry Lone Druid, and that'll probably mean a lot of hands of Midas, and that Storm Spirit will hopefully be going as their initiator this game. The Tides and H4N1 duking it out with their right clicks here, fighting over this rune, which is actually spawned in the bottom, so Trixie picks that up, and they're just going to sit around exchanging blows for a while until Chen shows up, and H4N1's going to have to go invisible. And as I said last time, I understand his name is Honey, and the Weirmelon is a Vermilion, but I like the chemistry thing here, and for Weirmelons, Weirmelon just sounds better. Oh, cool! Running Chaos Knight in the mid. Dual lanes mid. We've got Storm Spirit and Neeks versus Chaos Knight and Wisp. Wisp stacking right now. Or just farming, I guess. He's gonna try to farm those creeps. Go Wisp, you got it, buddy. And Era gonna run the mid here. Unusual. That is going to give Trixie free farm down here, getting a lot of farm on their Lycan, getting a lot of farm on their Chaos Knight, and a lot on their Bounty Hunter. Hopefully this will work out for them. It's just a little bit unusual, normally seeing a Chaos Knight in the safe lane. Not today. Fly, who could normally solo the lane, perhaps the mid, is instead going to be taking over the role of the support hero and farming the jungle. A little bit of a mix-up here. Era's in trouble, but he's gonna get the king. Yes, first blood going to Era. Oh no, No-Tail got the last hit on that. Better than having Dignitas get it, at least as far as they are concerned, but it sure would have been nice if Era was able to pick up that first blood money. Instead, Wisp is going to have it. That's alright. Little money for Wisp never hurt. He can get things like boots so he doesn't die, but he especially can get things like wards to keep his team seeing the map as they need to. Putting quite a bit of harass here, and I don't really like actually having Neeks and Storm Spirit in the same lane. They both want level 6 pretty badly. So does Batrider up here in the safe lane, but it might just be that they can't have only one hero against a Wisp and Chaos Knight. Neeks going to guard and pick up this double damage rune and come back mid with that. Interesting implications for rune control, having these 4 heroes here in the mid. There is a lot of option for one or the other of either side to leave and let one person pick up the experience for a little bit. Of course, that makes it quite dangerous for the one who stays. Notice these wards, very defensive, very, very scared of things coming because there are so many heroes here. It's a bit of a clusterfuck happening there in the mid. And Aoi out here. Oh, let me get the creep scores up. My apologies, I feel like I always do that late, but I'm always so excited to see where people are going and what they bought, and forget all about the creep scores until I'm like, ooh, how are people doing in their lanes? Then I'll remember. But looks like Chen's actually having a good time with things in the jungle. And sending his creep out to put some harass, help out this Batrider, keep Bounty Hunter in big trouble. Oh shit! Oh my god, he just trapped him! Oh my god, he just trapped him. And Bounty Hunter's gonna have to call the courier for that one. Beautiful, that was amazing. And somebody just died, but I don't care because Bounty Hunter's trapped up on a cliff. Okay, actually I do care. Looks like, oh man, more kills happening mid. And actually, Batrider found him. And shoot, I need to pay attention to at least one thing, but a lot is going on here. Esni King in big trouble. And I think they're gonna get him. They dove this and made sure Wisp had tower aggro so that Chaos Knight would survive. This is looking very good. Very good for Chaos Knight and Wisp. Wow, this is exciting already. I love these teams. I love both of these teams. They put on such a good show for me. And that is just fun. Trixie, oh my god, now Wisp is dying. Shit, there's just too much happening. Okay, he's not level 6, but he was able apparently to sneak up on Wisp, probably got the stun off. And Chaos Knight is going to be too busy farming to help out. Got level 6. Oh no, he's just picked up an Invis rune. I'm like, no way he has level 6. He's been dual laning this mid. But he has an invis rune, so he's not going to get any bonus damage. Oh, they're going to see him! And now Neeks is dead. Era on a killing spree already, and it is not yet 5 minutes into this game. Love this dual lane in the mid. This is too exciting. Static Remnant gonna get picked up by Wisp. Are they gonna dive this? Seriously? Oh my god, they are, but gonna run away. Get out of there as Neeks Assassin comes back in, and actually Era, I think, in a bit of trouble up there. If Wisp could get a good stun, he might be able to save him, but Neek's gonna get the stun down on Wisp, and holy shit, Bounty Hunter in here for the assist, and they're gonna get Neeks and Storm Spirit. Wisp is fine, Chaos Knight is fine, gonna just happily go back to their lane with all of these kills, and look at this, 3-1 and 4 Wisp, 4-0 and 3 Chaos Knight. 4-0 and 3 Chaos Knight at 5 minutes. What a mid. And here, this ward, look at all these wards, by the way. True Sight wards everywhere. Keeping those smoke ganks, and of course when Sneaks Assassin hits 6, keeping those Sneaks ganks out of here. Remember talking about Shen is a very good ganker, so what the hell is going on now? Holy shit. Okay, since Wisp hit level 6, nobody's safe anymore. Lone Druid, I imagine the stun happened here and was just dead. I just can't even keep track of this game. Holy shit, there goes Storm Spirit. Oh my god. I want to say GG already. I mean, it's never over in Dota, guys, but this is just not good for Dignitas. They lost this mid epically to this Wisp Chaos Knight, and you can almost feel the synergy between these heroes. It's like they are reading each other's thoughts and getting these kills all over the place. Storm Spirit is still level 4, guys. Wisp almost level 7. Chaos Knight is level 8 at this point. And Neek's also level 4. They've just been beating them. It's dangerous. So dangerous. And I need to keep a careful eye on the cooldown on Wisp's TP. Look at this stun. So much stun. Storm Spirit dies again. Wicked sick. Fnatic Era is wicked sick. They are not going to get Neeks. That spiked Carapace, the only thing that saves him. Here comes Chen, and I don't even know if that's a good idea, dude. Wisp going to get that kill with those spirits. And Era is going to be able to walk away. Batrider going to pull No Tail, who will be able to tether, but Era now in trouble, actually. Oh my god, is he going to get away? Not only is he going to get away, he's going to get another kill. 13 and 2, 7 minutes. And how many kills did Era have? And no deaths? Era is at 8-0 and 5. Wisp 5-1 and 8. This pair is on fire. I can't even stay on the right part of the map to keep up with how many kills they're getting. And I just can't wait. I think Wisp is probably off cooldown. Yep. So as soon as he's maned up, I imagine they'll go ganking again. So I'm just going to keep centered on Wisp as much as I can. Let's look around quickly. Nothing too exciting going on anywhere else. I don't like to pick favorites, but this is where the action is. And here they go after Chen, getting him in the jungle. Still got 8 seconds. Are they going to be able to pick off Storm Spirit again? It is a possibility. Nope. He did not get the rift off. Actually leaving Era in the mid. He doesn't want to have to get a town port to come back. And Era just going to come back in here and start farming. Wisp will TP in and join him, I am sure. This Era likes having his Wisp around. No Tail and Era on a disgusting killing spree. What does Chaos Knight even have at this point? Drums, treads, 500 gold. Wisp got his Tranquils and Soul Ring up already. And Neeks is starved for money, and so is Storm Spirit. Wisp just going back here, putting that super aggressive ward, and making sure that Chaos Knight can just knock down this tower if he wants to. And he does. Oh my god, this is just unbelievable. So the last game was so close, by the way. It really was a bitter fight to the end. And this is just looking like a pub stomp. There goes Tides! Neeks Assassin, nothing he can do. So much stun. And they don't even need their other heroes. Just this Chaos Knight and Wisp Wrecking Ball coming through their mid. Busting down the mid tower, there it goes. And they're gonna keep going, why not? There is absolutely no reason for them to leave. And what's the cooldown? Oh, Wisp just went somewhere. Where do you go? Into the base! That was greedy. That was greedy. So I would do that too, but that was quite greedy. Wisp oftentimes can do very dangerous teleports into the base to try to catch a hero. There goes Owie. Era and Wisp back at it again. Wisp bought back for this, and of course it's worth it at this point. There goes Touch My Body, and they are now going to chase Universe, who luckily is Batrider and can at least fly away through the trees. But only the Firefly was able to give him the ability to escape. Otherwise, he would have been dead meat, I'm pretty sure as well. And 17-3. I haven't seen a GG yet from Dignitas, but honestly, this is one of the most like early games deserving of a GG. And if you watch, I actually have a new series based on never say GG early in Dota. There's a reason there's no consolation. There's a reason there's no concede button in Dota. But if there ever was a situation, this might be it. This Chaos Knight is super fed. Here he comes again. Going after Touch My Body. Gonna get him very easily. Wisp Spirit's helping out quite a bit. Dragon through the fire. Actually, they're getting quite a bit of damage. Got the stacks from Batrider. He might be able to finish this Storm Spirit coming in, getting his revenge at last. And actually, Wisp in a bit of trouble now. Does have a stack, getting damage, and that bear is going to be able to follow him. Wisp actually going to do this thing where he ports back to the fountain. Might be able to take Chaos Knight with him if he thinks it's a good idea. And his team is there to back him up, so he can actually completely heal, grab Chaos Knight, and go back where he came from. So nice thing that you are able to do with Wisp to rescue yourself or your carry. You just need some team coordination to make sure that you're going to get back up when you come back, because the team can see your little spot where you're coming back on the map. And that can of course lead to death and destruction. Owie in big trouble. Chaos Knight and Wisp at it again. There he goes. Era taking tower aggro now, and quite a bit of flame on him from Batrider, but I don't think it's going to be enough to do anything. Wisp in here, of course, the walking fountain to support him, and they're just running in here, feeling very aggressive. Very aggressive. And H4N1 right there. And Wisp, too much. Storm Spirit is able to do some damage now. And Chaos Knight gonna have to back up without Wisp. 4 stacks on him, by the way. So he is pretty slow, and his turning is quite slow as well. So I feel like Dignitas is getting themselves together. The question is it going to be too late? And also, Fnatic's getting a little bit greedy. I think Era is feeling the rush of just being on fire, and so is No Tail. But they need to play it a little bit safe, make sure that Chaos Knight doesn't get killed. If anyone gets killed, it better be Wisp. That has been what's happening, but if they are too aggressive, they could throw this. And Dignitas, not GG, they are going to see what they can do. Looks like Armlet probably next on Chaos Knight. That is what that Helm of Iron Will is saying to me. He could go for lifesteal with a Helm of the Dominator, but I just don't think that will do quite as well as the extra strength, extra damage, and extra attack speed that the Armlet will give them, especially combined with Wisp Overpower. And since the Armlet soaks health, the ability of Wisp to heal someone that he's tethered to will also help out with that. Keeping an eye on Wisp because Teleport is up again. And honestly, I am just waiting for them to spy out somebody that they can port on top of, because that is pretty much the name of this game with Wisp and Chaos Knight. Isolate somebody, make sure you can see that they are alone, and then teleport on their heads. And Universe is in a bit of danger of that right now. He does have Lasso. Yep, here it comes. Here it comes. They're going to follow this. And Chaos Knight, if he can get a rift off, yep, dead. And then they'll just port right back where they came from, which is the beauty of this. And I can follow it with Wisp there. Mid tower has gone down, by the way. Down to their tier 3, down to the base tower in the mid and the bot. So a lot of push coming from just the killing. Owie in trouble. Wisp and Chaos Knight are here alone though. Storm Spirit getting that disable on Wisp, who is now in big trouble, going to be able to escape a bit by attaching himself to Fly. And Storm Spirit is now dead as well. Pushing the top tower, H4N1 and Trixie. GG. Yep, there we go. There's nothing they can do at this point, and I think they are realizing that. Yep, there's that Armlet, by the way. And that's it. So, fast second game. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a bit of a stomp, but it certainly was fast-paced. So I will watch until their ancient goes down and they all disconnect and all that good stuff. And we can watch Storm Spirit come out here for his last hurrah, stand-in.sne King Dota, but this is over. And it's been over since about 5 minutes in. That dual lane in the mid, Chaos Knight and Wisp, damn, that is good. I would like to try that in my next pub game, having seen how crazy it can be. And perfect play, really, by Era and No-Tail. And I apologize, I didn't pay attention to anybody else this game, but I don't think there was any reason to, honestly. This was it right here. So, going on to the grand final will be Fnatic. They will be facing Virtus.Pro there for the grand prize of $10,000. $5,000 will go to the team that loses that match, and $3,500 going to Dignitas, so they do get a nice prize out of that. Radiant victory. I hope you enjoyed the game, short as it was, and the series, short as it was. This has been Feeder. Thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed this, please go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like button. I do plenty of tournament casts, and as I said, some pub games as well. And of course, if you have any suggestions, or if you didn't like it, please go ahead and leave me some constructive feedback, as I always appreciate that. Alright, thanks again for watching. And